What up, it's your boy Dvrth again with another video, and today we're here with Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood episode 55. Last episode we had put the flames to rest, I guess you can say. My dog Mustang was I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted him to singe, I mean absolutely flame Envy, but obviously that was not the best course of action, especially with the kind of path Mustang wants to walk. So we put that aside, put out the flames. Envy eventually died anyway, and honestly it was one of the sadder moments of the show. I didn't expect to feel so bad for Envy, but at the end of the day it does match up with their character, for us to feel bad about how bad they feel. So excited to see what happens next. We ended off on the absolute fucking goat, excuse me, not the housewife, the alchemist, coming in and helping out Briggs with their whole part in the plan. That shit was great. Everything was just hype. It was just hype. So I'm excited to see more of Izumi now. Hopefully we get to see more of Izumi. Hopefully we get to see what's his name? Curtis? No, her last name is Curtis. What's her husband's name? Jesus. Hopefully we get to see the husband too. So we're gonna hop straight into it. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. You're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood or something totally different, the best place to send that in. As always, my social media links gonna be in the description below. We also have Patreon if you want these episodes earlier, the full length reaction to these episodes. We also have Discord if you want to just hang out and talk shit with us. I need to be better with the Discord, but we have it, and it's just a good place to chill out. So with all that being said, let's get our headphones, make sure that they're on. Them bitches is on, and let's just get into it.
Listen, even if he won't, I'd like to say thank you. I couldn't have snapped him out of it by myself.
That's real. It is a good thing that Scar was here.
I don't know if that means anything to you. I'm sure the last thing any Ishvalan wants to hear is that they've done a...
Honestly, I think that means the world to him right now. He's trying to be better. In a way, he saved more violence that happened to his people happening to others.
So thank you. No matter what happens, do not open any gates, you hear me?
Right.
Can't allow a single one out into the city.
Yeah, can't let the public get dirty.
Destroy them right here, right now!
Let's go!
Yes, General.
Big buck.
General, but what in the hell are these damn things?
Stop asking.
Immortal Legion, as promised.
Oh.
Created by placing human souls inside of mannequin bodies. Soldiers with no fear of death.
What?
This is what your masters wanted for all of you.
Yeah, I was about to say, this is what they wanted for you. You dumb fucks. What'd you thought was gonna happen?
He's a tenacious one, isn't he? No!
Yeah, but humans are better. Jesus. Okay, we might need a little help here.
Major!
Oh my god. Oh, got him. Nice, okay. Good job, no names.
Both of you! Run now while you can!
Oh, no way. What?
This way, please, quickly!
That's not happening.
Major, go, now! Leaving the battlefield in disgrace.
We fighting!
Life, such a thing will never happen.
We are fighting! Can't be a bitch about it. We ain't never been a bitch. Beat his ass! What the fuck? Oh. Who? Izumi?
You refuse to run.
The Gucci flip-flops is back!
You're a fine man. But then I've already got a man 100 times finer than you.
Ah! Dude, it's over. Look at you. Bitch ass. Bro, she's so cold. She is so cold. Bro, she is so cold. Holy fuck. Oh, he's here. Oh my god. It's fine, man. Yeah.
He's my husband.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, these are they're meant for each other. They're meant for each other. They're meant for each other.
Respectable muscles!
Oh, this bromance is what I needed. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is great. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, it's the meme. Really?
What is dying like?
Beat his ass.
Such a pain to think about it. But such a pain living too.
Fair. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful. I love it.
With skills like yours, I'm surprised I haven't heard of you. My skills? I'm a housewife and an alchemist, nothing more. You have met the Elric brothers, haven't you? Wait, does that mean that you're Izumi Curtis?
They got trained by the
So I
goats.
assume the Elrics are here too. You should take it easy.
No,
Now that's
he's an
we
Armstrong.
adults very well can't be caught lounging about while the
Very
youngsters are
true.
fighting for us.
Very
We
true.
carry the burden of this world now. But none of us is going to be around here forever.
Facts.
We have to show the next generation how it's done.
Absolutely.
I'll lend you all a quick hand, then I'm gonna get the hell out of here.
Fair.
I won't give him a chance to catch me.
Yeah, that's good.
Too bad. You're so much less fun than you used to be. Long ago, you were full of life and spirit.
That is
A
true.
vibrant being.
He is a lot different,
Those are the 7 deadly sins.
but
of
it's what
man.
made him.
In
little bit
excess, any
better.
One of those will ruin a person. Even so, you must understand them all to understand humanity.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, your knowledge remains incomplete. Careful! You nearly killed me. Please be more careful. Fighting has never
Jesus.
been a particular specialty of mine. Answer me this. Why would you create the homunculi? Treat them as children. Have them call you father.
These are all good
Back when
questions.
You were an arrogant speck in a flask. You used to scoff at the very notions of community and family. Family is what you wanted more than anything, wasn't it? You wanted what the humans have.
Damn. Like, is this whole thing not just based on them hating? Like,
Where did he go?
there's your answer. Yeah, I saw that one coming.
There is no part of me that wishes to lower myself to their level.
No way, right?
What have you done?
You might say that I've simply done what you wouldn't.
Which is.
You don't realize you have cast aside something every bit as important as your emotions.
Oh. Girl, you about to die? Shooting like that. The hell? Oh, he about to get bitches. Let's go.
Get yourselves to the operations
Oh, yeah,
center,
you about to get some
and I mean
bitches.
now.
Oh, right.
Oh, you. Oh, they are going to suck the meat off your shit. What y'all shooting like this for?
To obey every order we gave you, no matter what.
Oh, and you one of the bitches that sided with him? Oh, I hope you die. Oh, you lucky. You lucky. Should have killed you, but you're lucky.
Do you have my sincere
Nah, hit him in
thanks?
his neck.
Please join my security detail.
Nah, hit him in his
I'll
neck.
see to it that you're taken care of. I'll let
Pussy.
This good gentleman you were speaking of earlier. I wonder if you'd be so kind as to tell me a bit more about him.
Oh.
This is the West Gate. Briggs' White Squad is taking control. North Gate, Black Squad in control. Blue Squad has the East Gate.
Nice.
Yellow Squad is taking the armory.
That's a clean sweep. Clean. They got swept up. Swept up. Swept up. Let's go, Brick Soldiers. We the best. Yeah. Woo. We're so sexy. Yeah. Woo. I love it. Yeah. It's good shit though.
Greetings, I'm back.
Excuse the fuck out of me.
And get rid of the rebels. All available Central forces. It's time to fight.
Back, King Bradley.
Okay. Oh, you ruined it.
Which side will he attack us from?
And he has a grenade in his back pocket. Oh my fucking god, bro. Oh, fuck. Oh. Bro, he just had to ruin it, bro. Like you can't have nothing with that man around, man. You can't have no type of fun. You just had to do some dumb shit like that, bro. Like oh, just had to ruin it. Things were so good. You know, things are too good. Actually, you know, I really think about it. Maybe I got a little lost in things being too good because you know we've had a lot of negativity in this show. You know, for like with this arc, I guess you could call it. Been a lot of negativity, so maybe I got lost in the positivity of like winning and like, oh yeah, we finally got it, you know, Izumi with the Gucci flip-flops and Izumi's husband, he's so sexy, you know, all this other stuff. I got lost. I wasn't thinking straight. I completely forgot that Bradley is still out there. Oh, I even knew. I mean, of course, it was obvious that Bradley wasn't dead. But you forget that he's there because he was out of the game for so long. But now that he's back, things, of course, things can get really bad. Somebody's gonna have to box him. I don't know who. I deadass don't know who. I would say Olivier, but she's kind of hurt right now. Everybody's just gonna have to gang up and jump that man, because what else do you do? Like, as much as I hate King Bradley and think that he is not exactly thinking straight, he's not thinking, you know, he's not on the right path, but damn, he's strong. But saying that, I will say, with a fight with King Bradley, and if we're still on the theme of what we're seeing with other homunculus, including King Bradley, we're seeing them in a very vulnerable light, and I hope that we can get the same thing with King Bradley, because you know, with Sloth with this episode, like even with him, the small amount that we've got with Sloth, even with him in this episode, you know, him dying, he was like, well, dying sucks, but living kind of did too. And you know, with that small sample size of something, of, you know, his words or whatever, even that's enough for it to constitute that he was being very vulnerable in that moment, by saying that, yeah, he didn't want to die, of course, but he, as Sloth, living was kind of a pain for him, because living you know, brings work, and work brings the agony of not wanting to do that work. So for him being Sloth, and him being all damn near a slave to whatever type of dogma and plans that father had, he was not having a good time. So yes, the more intimate look on the homunculi is what I'm looking for here. So when when Wrath comes in, or King Bradley comes in, and, you know, I'm immediately like, oh no, this nigga again, come the fuck on, you know. Of course I'm frustrated, but I will say this does give us a chance for King Bradley to also be vulnerable. And unlike Sloth, we have got a lot on King Bradley. We do know that there is a part of King Bradley that has a bit of humanity shining in it. As ruthless as King Bradley is, he is literally wrath. As ruthless as he is, the fact that he was able to choose his wife shows that King Bradley has a bit of a heart, right? And the thing about wrath is that it's not a very fun feeling. Of course, it's not a very jealousy and wrath are two feelings that it's probably the worst, or envy and wrath are probably the worst feelings in all of the sins, right? To me, jealousy and wrath are probably the worst to feel. What is it called? Greed is one of the more dangerous. I'm just talking about like just the sin as it is. And gluttony is probably to me at least, is probably the worst out of all of them. Pride is like a close second. If one had to like edge out gluttony, it probably would be pride. But when it going back to like envy and wrath, specifically wrath is not a very fun thing to feel. And as we've seen with the homunculi, they don't exactly enjoy feeling these things. It is closely tied to who they are, because it is who they are, but they don't exactly enjoy feeling these things. So when it comes to King Bradley, I do want to see a more introspective look on like when the wrath subsided for his wife. What did he feel when for just a second the wrath subsided for his wife? Because we see it with Greed, where while Greed saw everything as possessions, for a little bit we saw him portray very human very human feelings and attributes, where he was upset that his friends died. Now, of course, to him, when he regurgitated that information, he more or less said, well, it's because my pawns, my toys, my playthings were broken. And of course I'd be upset about that, as I'm Greed, you know? Like, you as Greed, you don't want your things to be broken because you are greedy. But I think it's quite obvious that he felt more like, no, my friends are gone and now I'm hurt, which is why to me at least, maybe that's just a headcanon for me, but to me, he doesn't really want to get closer to other people because he doesn't want to lose people again, because that kind of sucks. But I do want to see, getting back on topic with wrath, of course, the wrath had to subside a little bit in order for him to choose a wife, you know? And I believe, in accordance to what the wife said, they got together when, and correct me if I'm wrong, but they got together when King Bradley said something that made her mad, and she slapped the shit out of him. And that could be taken two ways, I guess. Is one, I mean, he got the shit slapped out of him, so obviously she was displaying a bit of wrath, a subsection of wrath or anger, which, you know, he was like, oh, okay, escalera, oh, and you know, that was his cup of tea. But it could also just be that he just had a soft spot for her, and when whatever he said pissed her off, and she began to mirror what he was, it gave him pause, you know, and like I said, in that moment the wrath subsided and he realized like what the fuck was going on right now. Of course, I do keep saying that King Bradley is not exactly on the right path, not only because he doesn't Because, well, not only because he's trying to destroy the world or whatever the fuck Father's trying to do, but it's mostly because he believes that he's stronger because he is a homunculi. We've had discussion after discussion that that's not how you do it, and that's how you actually get weaker. So on this path that I think that we're going on with him kind of being a little bit more real about it, this could be the source of new strength for him, which is bad for us, maybe. But I am just interested in seeing a more introspective look on Wrath, is what I'm saying. Good to see Izumi back and her husband. What is her husband's name? I really need to see what her husband's name is. I don't know. I don't know his name. Because the description doesn't say his name either. All right, but whatever. Mr. Curtis, I'll call him. Izumi and Mr. Curtis, good to see them again. They are a power couple if I've ever seen one. And they were they were the exact firepower that we needed to get rid of Sloth. So very lucky that they joined in the fight when they did, but also it's a good way to show that the adults of this, of this situation are, as I said, are the ones that kind of need to shoulder this burden, because you don't want shit like this to happen again, and the only way to make sure that shit like this doesn't happen again is for the people in charge, or the adults, to make better decisions. So people like Ed and Al, Winry and Mei Ling and people like that, they don't have to make those decisions either, or have to deal with things like that either, because they shouldn't be, right? That's the whole reason why, like, whenever people see that Ed is a state alchemist, they're like, what, you're so young, because as a dog of the military, somebody that young shouldn't have to go through what they go through, right? So it's good to have that conversation, good to have that realization that the situation at hand is bad, yes, but it is also it's the adults' time to shine, basically. And you can make the argument that it's always been the adults' time to shine. They've always been like kind of holding that burden and stuff like that. But I think this is like one of the first episodes where where everybody kind of got together and agreed that we're at the apex of a movement in which we could make sure that this type of stuff doesn't happen again. And speaking of being at the apex of a movement where this type of stuff doesn't happen again, Scar, great job. I know that with what Hawkeye was saying, like, maybe this doesn't mean much for me because I had a hand in killing your people too, as well as Mustang did. But we appreciate your help, right? And to me, I was like, no, that's more than enough for him. Like that is what he needs to hear, mostly because as a changed man, for Scar, as a changed man, I know I'm going like backwards on this discussion, but as a changed man, somebody that no longer wants destruction but wants to make sure destruction doesn't happen anymore to people as it happened to his people, that is the highest form of praise, because now he realized that he does have the power. Like, think about it from Scar's perspective. A good amount of his life after the if not all of it, after the Ishvalan War was dedicated to destruction, hatred, and every other negative emotion that you could feel after something like that, right? He was perpetuating the same thing that got his people killed. and it's very hard to pull yourself out of that, even if you, like Scar, you do realize that that's not the way, right? Scar realized that's not the way. We can't do that. We got to be better. But even so, it is still hard to pull yourself out of it and then make yourself think that you are out of that type of loop, that type of Jesus, type of vicious circle. So being able to help, you know, you might have your doubts in like, I don't know if I'll be able to help people the way that I think I want to help people, because like, who am I to help somebody when I'm like the not the progenitor, but like at least one of the cogs in the machine that eats these people. You know, I added myself to it. So how could I, you know, how could I help, and will I help? But with the situation at hand, him being able to talk, you know, to help talk down Mustang, and he did play a huge part by letting Mustang know that he saw a monster in him right there, and being able to talk Mustang down, Scar prevented another, Scar prevented another maybe genocide, because the road that Mustang was headed down was not one that was going to end very well. So with Hawkeye's telling Scar, hey, thanks, I don't think I could have talked him down myself, like just by myself. You played a huge part in stopping him from becoming a monster. I think that's all the confirmation that Scar needed in order to in order to make good with himself and realize that he is headed on a new path and he can do it. I think that's just the positive affirmation that he needed, in order to finally come to terms with the new person that he is. So all this was really good. I totally forgot Hohenheim and Father are about to spar off, or about to face off, or they already are. And it seems like, of course, Father has Hohenheim made a good point I'm not even sure how I didn't notice it, and maybe I noticed it, I just didn't talk about it. So maybe that's the better saying, is that I'm not sure how I didn't talk about this. But when the homunculus was in the bottle, he was a more complete person. He was some would say he was a better person. Of course, he was conniving. He was nobody's saying that he wasn't a bad person. Nobody's saying that he wasn't in the wrong, because what he was doing was really bad. He sacrificed an entire fucking people overnight because he wanted freedom. That's not good. But I think people would be hard pressed to say that he wasn't different when he was in that flask, when that smaller flask. He was very different. And now that he's purged himself of all of his sins and everything else, he is what he thinks is becoming a stronger, more advanced version of what humans are. When and I won't be on this topic too long because we've talked about it so much, what he's doing is regressing, because as when he was the homunculus in the flask, he had all those sins. He had all of them. He had a more balanced personality, and as Hohenheim said, any one of those sins in excess is detrimental, but he didn't have any of those in excess. He just got rid of it so he could transcend, I guess is what he's trying to do. But while it did make him stronger, it didn't advance him. Like, I feel like you can get stronger and regress. I think that's something that Father isn't exactly grasping it, and maybe it's something that he does grasp but does not want to grasp, such as every other homunculus that we have met so far. But yes, you can get stronger by regressing. That does not mean that you transcend. I think that where Father is going, the wrong turn that Father is taking is that he thinks that by getting rid of what makes humans human, he is going to become better. Which is not how that works at all. You need lust, wrath, sloth, envy, pride, gluttony. You need all of that within yourself in order to be a well-rounded human, because that's all the things that give humans that tenacity that we've talked so much about in this show, that tenacity that has pretty much gotten us this far. So I get that he's doing his little transcendent, I'm going to become a god kind of thing, but I don't see that working out too well. So hoping to get more on that as well. We're very close to the end. I think there's 64 episodes left, meaning that we have 9 more episodes left here. That's going to be tough finally being done with this. But yeah, this was really good. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Fullmetal Alchemist or Brotherhood or something totally different, the best place to that in is always my social media. Link's going to be in the description below. And if you want these episodes early or the full-length reaction to these, you can always subscribe to my Patreon. Link's going to be in the description below for that as well. We have the Discord, we have Instagram, Patreon, all that shit's below. All that good shit's below. So yeah, y'all stay amazing, off button, there it is. Y'all stay amazing, stay safe, and take care of yourselves.